Afternoon. So, I was talking the other day, or a few videos ago, about the Hero 8 not working as it should do. That started to fail, didn't work properly. I rang or didn't ring, I emailed customer services on that chat that they've got for GoPro. And yeah, they said they're discontinuing the Hero 8, which is fair enough, it's relatively old now. I did get it old. As it was still within its warranty, they would send out the Hero 9. So here's my replacement GoPro. Now, I've said before in videos that there's no point getting the next model along. I'd like to start by saying this wasn't a choice in terms of it was either this or no. I don't think there was an alternative given. I think they just said this is what we're doing and this is what it is. Am I happy to have the GoPro 9? Of course. It's a lovely little camera. I mean, GoPros generally are. The reason I advocate for not getting the next model along is there's not a huge difference between the next model along usually. You know, sometimes there's a bit of a leap and other times there's not much of one. So the Hero 7 and the Hero 8 weren't too dissimilar. Bit better stabilisation, bit better of a microphone. The screen quality and what it could record was a bit better, but generally speaking it's about the same. Hero 9 steps it up again. It's got the front screen, which I really quite like. That's quite useful and nice to have when you're lining up shots, which I quite like. The Hero 8 didn't have that, it was a flat front. It's got a bit better recording quality, still very lightweight. I like that the front lens protector is removable, so once it gets scuffed, it's, you know, I can buy the next one or the new one, or I can get that one that, you know, keeps it in rotation, which I think is really odd and cool, but that's something to look at. Generally, the GoPros are much the same. I know they've, you know, upped things with their they've upped their abilities with things like 360 and all that. But generally speaking, they are designed to be thrown around, dropped, battered, bruised and used, and they still keep up to that, I think. I do think it's interesting that they've gone back to like the sessions camera with the Hero 11. I don't know, that's not what it's called, but they've got the GoPro Hero 11 and then what is effectively the sessions camera, which I still think is quite cool. It's nice to have that if you don't care about the screens, if you're doing things that are like downhilling and you're bombing it all the time and you know you've got a 180 degree view, you might as well just run that off, you know, like just keep it on that field and it will catch it every single time. You can change it with your phone and use that as a monitor if you needed. Same with this still, it's got the GPS and the Wi-Fi capability. I think one of the harder things I noticed about the newer models is when you're connecting it to the computer, instead of it, you've just got two settings in there, Wi-Fi based, which is like to your phone or to a wireless connection, or you can connect it via MPV or something, I can't remember what that said, but it's the cable that charges it and plugs into your computer. I don't know if it says it in the instruction manual because it's a piece of paper or a download link, which I didn't follow. I don't think anyone does these days, but a quick YouTube will tell you how to do it. Or as I said, just go into your settings, touchscreen past to connectivity, change it from Wi-Fi signal to MPV or something, and then it will just file transfer using the cable that came with it. You can use other cables, but they tend to be a bit more stop and start. I don't know if there's something like microchipped like they do with batteries sometimes these days. I'll put in some clips that I've just taken with this as well from previous videos just to show you the quality that I'm using it at. Do you think there's always going to be the next sensor upgrade and the next quality from that regard, but I don't think there's much further you can go with what it does really. You know, there's the 360 element and the tracking of all of that, but it's a wide angle lens with a certain size sensor and records to a certain degree. Lovely bits of kit, and I haven't tried the R yet, or the the R range or the 360 range from theirs, but I might have a look at doing that. But it's a bit like your home kit, like the main cameras you use to film things. Once you've bought into it, I wouldn't say it's hard to quit, but it's just I'm comfortable. I know the settings. I don't need to look at what these are doing to know that they're doing all right. And I know like that Ricoh and Insta360 will do just as good a job and exactly the same because they're all much for much. I'm just not used them before and I've got this. I do want to have a go with the 360. I think that's kind of cool with the way you can like recompose things as you go. But for now, GoPros are really nice. So there's the front screen. Rear screen. I've kept these tags on just to keep it cleaner. battery composite. Pops out a bit stiffer, but easy range. I still think this bit, the attachments for them, sort of hooked on 3 edges, is a little bit not pointless, but once it goes, it goes. But you can also see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a microphone underneath, or that could be the speaker. On and off's still the same, button on the side, record, yeah. But I really like this bit. This bit is the thing that I've enjoyed using the most, being able to see what I'm doing whilst I'm doing it.